almost said something to my granddaughter last Sunday. Almost. The words were right there, sitting on the tip of my tongue. But after 84 years, I've learned something most people only discover when it's too late. Not every truth makes life better. Some truths quietly change the way people see you. And once that happens, you may never get your old place back. My name is Margaret. I'm 84 years old. I've been a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a caregiver, and at times a woman who shared far more than she should have. For most of my life, I believed honesty was always the right answer. If someone asked me a question, I answered it. If my family wanted to know something, I told them. I thought openness builds trust. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it builds something else entirely. Over the years, I watched good people slowly lose control over their own lives. Not because they became weak, not because their families were cruel, because they shared things that changed how others saw them. One conversation, one confession, one moment of honesty, then suddenly, everyone starts worrying. Everyone starts advising. Everyone starts discussing your future, as if you're no longer sitting in the room. If you're over 70, you've probably felt this at least once. Maybe a son questioned a decision you made. Maybe a daughter became concerned about something that never concerned her before. Maybe someone started treating you differently after a single conversation. Today, I want to share 6 things I've learned to keep private. Not because they're shameful, not because they're dishonest, because some information protects your freedom when it remains in your hands. Before we begin, tell me your age in the comments, and if staying independent after 70 matters to you, like the video now, because the final secret may be the one that protects your dignity more than all the others combined. The first secret is your money. Not because money matters more than family. It doesn't. But because money changes the way people think. A friend of mine named Dorothy learned that lesson the hard way. For years, she managed everything herself. Her savings, her bills, her investments. Then one Sunday afternoon, she decided to be completely transparent with her children. Every number, every account, every detail. At first, nothing changed. Then little comments started appearing. "Mom, do you really need that car? Mom, maybe you should think about downsizing. Mom, maybe we should help you manage things." The moment people start worrying about your money, they sometimes stop noticing your competence. Dorothy hadn't changed, but somehow everyone around her had. The second secret is every small health problem. Notice I said small. Serious health issues are different, but after 80, every ache can become evidence. A few years ago, I mentioned to my daughter that I felt dizzy while changing a light bulb. It lasted maybe 10 seconds. By the following week, she was asking if I should still be climbing ladders. A month later, she was suggesting I hire someone for household tasks. When you say, "I'm having trouble," people often hear, "I can't manage." Those are very different sentences. Maybe you've experienced that yourself. One bad day becomes everyone's prediction of your future. One moment of weakness becomes a permanent label. That's why I've learned to solve small problems before they become family discussions. And if this video is speaking to you, subscribe now, because the fourth secret may explain why so many older adults feel invisible, even when surrounded by people who love them. The third secret is your loneliness. This one may surprise you. Loneliness after 80 doesn't always look sad. Sometimes it looks completely normal. A full dining table, a family gathering, grandchildren running through the house, everyone smiling. Yet somehow you still feel alone. I remember spending a weekend with my son's family. The house was full of life, television, laughter, conversations. But after a while, I realized nobody had actually spoken to me in nearly 2 hours. Not because they were rude, not because they didn't care. They were simply busy living their lives. Being surrounded by people is not the same as being understood by them. When older adults admit they are lonely, everyone immediately offers solutions. Move closer, join a club, stay busy. But loneliness isn't always about being alone. Sometimes it's about missing the people who knew every version of you. The people who remember who you were at 30, at 40, at 50. Many of those people are gone now, and no activity can replace them. The fourth secret is your opinion of how your children live their lives. This one took me decades to learn. You will see mistakes. You will disagree with decisions. You will watch situations unfold and know exactly how they will end. But here's a difficult truth. Most adults do not want advice. They want support. I once told my daughter that I thought she was being too hard on her son. I meant it kindly. I meant it lovingly. The conversation did not go well. An uninvited truth often feels like criticism, even when it comes from love. That day taught me something important. Sometimes preserving a relationship is more valuable than winning an argument. Wisdom isn't knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing when to stay silent. And if you're still here, please let me know in the comments, because at 84, it means a lot to know we're still sharing these conversations together. The fifth secret is your regrets. Every person who reaches old age has them, every single one. Opportunities missed, words spoken, words left unsaid, people loved, people lost. But here's what I've discovered. Most people don't know what to do with your regrets. They either try to fix them or judge them. Neither response helps. I remember telling someone about a decision I wish I could change from 40 years ago. I wasn't asking for advice. I wasn't asking for sympathy. I was simply sharing a piece of my life. Yet somehow the conversation turned into an explanation of what I should have done differently. Some lessons are meant to be carried, not corrected. The older I get, the more I realize that peace doesn't come from rewriting the past. It comes from accepting it. The sixth and final secret is the heaviest one of all. Never assume your family understands your relationship with mortality. At 84, I think about life differently than I did at 40. I appreciate mornings more, conversations more, ordinary days more. But I've also made peace with something many younger people cannot yet understand. Life is finite. One afternoon, I told my son that I wasn't afraid of that reality anymore. I expected understanding. Instead, I saw worry in his eyes, fear, sadness. Acceptance is not surrender. It is gratitude. Many older adults eventually make peace with mortality. Many younger people hear that peace as hopelessness. They hear giving up. they hear defeat. But that's not what it means. It means you've lived long enough to understand that every day is a gift, not a guarantee. After 84 years, here's what I've learned. Not every truth needs an audience. Not every thought needs to be shared. Not every door needs to be opened. Some privacy protects your dignity. Some silence protects your peace. And some boundaries protect your independence. And if you made it this far, subscribe now, because the next video may reveal another mistake that quietly causes many older adults to lose control of their lives without ever realizing it. Now, tell me in the comments, which of these 6 secrets surprised you the most? I read every comment. I'm Margaret, and I'll see you in the next video.